Hi guys, this is Inflectro Alexis speaking. Today we are going to talk about mouse click and two situations when we do use coordinates and when we don't use coordinates. Also, we will talk about when we need these coordinates and how to get their values. Okay, let's go. Let's start from real life example. I'm going to record an application, Microsoft Unified Service Desk. It's here. Okay, removing this. Okay, my action is I want to click on drop down button for the settings and I want to choose about. For example, my test wants to check some value here. Suppose I checked it and I'm closing it to return to initial state. So that's my test. I hit finish and adding the steps. So here is my test. The first action here is DoClick. And let's see what happens if I just play this recorded script. Execution starts and you may see that mouse cursor is positioned on a place where we have edge between the settings button and drop down related to the settings button. Although the whole object is learned as a whole, but the button is tricky, it has two parts and it's important on which part of this button we do click. So you may see that it highlighted differently and separately. So each part is like a different button. But if we look at it in SPY, it's a single object. So we need to be able to somehow deal with this situation because when we hit here, we have this options screen, but what we actually want is to display this drop down. Well, this is where we do need these coordinates. Let's go back to the script and choose params button. So we have optional parameters for this do click operation. Now we need to specify offset. This offset is actually the position inside the component rectangle. In our case, the component is somewhat combining these two buttons. We may actually see its borders using SPY. So let's navigate as close as possible. And this tree is corrupted. It's known problem with Unified Service Desk, but we may still locate required part. Highlight. Here it is. Go inside. Toolbar. Maybe here. Not here. Not here. Settings push button. Here it is. So this is the whole object that we deal with. Now, how to find out what is an offset? Let me show you how to determine it. So in many cases, you actually don't need any additional tools. When you then you have an accurate eye, you may say how many pixels are there from the top and from the right to get the desired position. But if you're not sure, I'll show you how to get these values. So first we're going to use snipper tool. And so I'm selecting the rectangle of this button, something more or less similar to what we have when we what's wrong? New selection. Something similar to what we have when we highlight it, when we learn it, or when we see its value. Now what we need to know is offset value of this drop down part. I don't see coordinates here, but I may start Paint, which is built-in tool, and paste it here. So now if I enlarge this and move cursor around here in the top left corner, oh sorry, bottom left corner, I see coordinates of my current cursor position. So here is where I need to click. I need to click somewhere nearby 32, 13 or so. Okay, so this is my coordinates, and this is what I'm going to use in Rapise right now. It was 32, 13, and well, let's play it now to see if we get the right point when we execute this. Okay, so you see drop down shown, about screen shown, and close worked properly. Well, you may also wonder where we actually, where our cursor position were when we clicked, because we didn't use accurate object position, but used snipping tool and just selected what we found to some extent. So let me enable screen capture feature. I'm going to capture execution, include it in report, and show widget only. And that would, so since I have capture cursor set to true, I should have the position of the mouse visible on the screenshot. Let me expand this. So this red cross shows the position of the click, and it's definitely behind the separator. So I may see it's behind the separating value. So we hit the drop down. That's why it worked. And you may use it even to help you to get right coordinates if you don't want to deal with this snipping and bind, and just execute it with screen capture, see where we get, and try several values to write the most proper hit. And next to clicks, as used in this application, they don't use coordinates. In this case, the situation is trivial. When we don't use coordinates, Rapise simply locates the center of the control. In this case, it's here, and clicks here. So it's valid for any control. And for most controls, that's fine. For text boxes, for buttons, we just click on the center. But for complex controls where parts of control serve different needs, we may need this trick. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for attention.